sure. All right, everybody, welcome to my first gospel poetry night, and I'm going to be doing this every Friday. I'm a little late tonight. It's supposed to start at 8:15. I had some technical difficulties, but I'm ready. So we're going to have a good time tonight. I want y'all to invite everybody in, invite everyone in the chat, and let's just have a good time in the Lord. And I'm going to be doing 6 different poems, and they're going to be centered around the Lord, and others are going to be centered around my life experiences. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first poem that I'm going to be doing tonight is called Grandma's Hood. Grandma's Hood. So the way this is going to do, I'm going to do the first 3 poems out of my 6. I'm going to stop, take an intermission, check to anyone who's clocked in. Nobody has came in yet. And then I'm going to, after that short intermission, after my first 3 poems, I'm going to read the last 3 poems. And after that, I can just kick it and chop it up with y'all, and that'll be about it. So here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Invite everybody in. Welcome to Friday Night Gospel Poetry Slam. This is the first one. It's going to be a lit poetry night tonight. And without further ado, let me get into my first poem. Again, it's called Grandma's Hood. All right, let me just the music to go with it. Hopefully it ain't too loud. I just need to turn the music down, I think, just a bit, because I don't want it to be too loud. So I don't know. That's fine. It's been years since I've been with you, but for some reason I can't forget, can't let go, can't seem to shake you. What's this hold you got on me? What's this obsession? What's this charm? What's this charisma? What with the memories of the past with grandma, mama, and my uncle in the projects? Thanksgiving after church on Sundays, going to Mrs. Murr's for some sodas and snacks and pickles, running grandma to Fiesta, Minyards, trips to Sweet Georgia Brown, and kicking it in my grandma's hood during summertime in the 90s through the mid-2000s. There were some mistakes made, but I was too young to comprehend getting laid, domestic violence and molestation, so forgiveness wasn't even a question. I quickly snapped back like a throwback in the Maybach. I seen the abuse, I heard of the violence, but I saw the beauty of turning nothing into something. Guess my mom was the rose that grew from concrete, because from her I learned everything. Yet this was war. Yet this was her home. This was her throne in the south of the cliff, Lincoln High School, class of 86. Summertimes in the Glen as a kid, when ain't nobody have money to go to the water or the theme park, so it's out with the pots and the pans, cups and the buckets, full of cold sink water. Neighbors running around the porch, upstairs and downstairs, splashing each other. and everybody creating their own homemade water theme park. One of my favorite memories to date. I seen the smoking, drinking, gambling, and the cussing. I heard the rumors, the old folks playing blues on Sunday mornings. I seen them kissing, so I snitched, but it had no consequences. I played at the park of Cedar Glen as a kid, watching Devin shoot hoops, because he could have made it big, but instead he chose the streets. Dropped out in the 9th grade, bye-bye Roosevelt, and repped Oak Cliff with all his might. How that sink water tastes so good when we was right up the street from that stanky booty plant factory polluting the air. I promise the water tastes better than the tap water in the suburbs. Ironically, right up the street from the State Fair Park, right up the street from South Dallas. Dang, I was so young, but you seen me blossom into adulthood. Cedar Glen South, you was like my second home. I basically grew up with you. You seen me from a baby to a woman. 1990, my 8th birthday party at the Glen, the Prince of Egypt playing in the background, eating pizza with the neighbors' kids back then. Even my cousin stopped by that night when we was all still a family despite our different pockets. Them late nights with grandma and my uncle watching I Love Lucy, early mornings in the 90s and 2000s, watching I Spy cartoons and movies, building TPs out of blankets with my uncle and a fan, because although he abused me shortly, he turned back into my hero and protector. All the youth looked up to him. He was cool in the streets. All the women loved him. And I, little old me, wanted to be just like him. Liked and respected by the streets. I even used to try and brush my hair like him, but I didn't have waves. Later, I cut all my hair off into a TWA and finally got the satisfaction of brushing my hair like him, same brush type and everything. Kinda like a big brother. I knew he was sorry. He just couldn't admit it. What he did, it was shameful, and I knew it. Still, I chose the path of forgiveness and held no hard feelings. Told my mama years later, and yeah, it broke her heart, but she prayed for her little brother. But she prayed for him like a mother, because she loved the little brother. I miss the time she used to encourage him to be somebody and leave the hood. I miss the dinners, the cartoons, the conversations, but there was also the fussing, the regret, the cussing, and the blaming. My mama was saved, but my grandma never could forgive herself for raising my mom up in a household filled with domestic violence. She left my mom traumatized like a siren, because as a kid, she couldn't enjoy every moment away from her mother, wondering if Willie was beating her. She said they would be okay. Have some time like a real family, go out to eat, watch a movie, and all of a sudden a handsome man would walk across the street. Then the abuse would begin, and here comes the beating. Him on my grandma. Grandma looking. Crazy thing is, years later, my grandma told me how crazy she loved him. After that, he would beat her crazy. It would turn her on. Then they would make love. She even went deeper. I can't even repeat it because it gets graphic, Grim Reaper, but it's tragic. Guess my mama never knew it. And she even went to the school with a black eye for getting in between it. The way of Willie hitting her mama. Took that punch instead, just for my grandma to tell me how delusional she was in the head. Her mind was about the abuse the years later. My mother didn't take it so well. It ate her up inside, and she only revealed it to me years later. My times with my granny in the hood had eventually came to an end. In the mid-2000s, we drifted apart. In my mid-20s, we drifted apart over family trauma. And she traded my mother and I for her niece and her kids like a Toyota to a Honda. And it broke our heart, waved us sideways, low-key, tore us apart. She even put us out when we had visited her after a while, being that we were homeless. Yet when we got on our feet, we took her gifts, brought her presents, and even invited her over for Christmas, and she accepted. Yet the next day she denied the invitation and again chose to extend family over us. So it was us that she rejected. This left my mother and I alone and out in the dark, out of the loop, trauma after trauma, pain after pain, rejection after rejection, left wounds open with no healing. I can't seem to let go of 2906 East Keystone Road, Bonneview Road, apartment C24. Can't let go of my grandma's hood or the memories we spent It's like it's got a grip on my soul and I'm trying to let go, but it won't let me go. I had to revisit to try to bury the past because I lost my mom and my grandma in the same year. And it happened so fast. Uncle been incarcerated since I was 15. So where does that leave me? What family do I have? So I revisited to close the door to the past, but it only brought back the memories of when we was family, broken but still together. Now I'm hurting because now we scattered. Some in this world, some the next, and it's just me out here with the memories of the past. What we once was. On 2906 East Keys Boulevard, apartment C24, Cedar Glen South Apartments, in my grandma's hood. And I've tried, trust me, I've tried, but I can't bury the lines with the hatchet, nor the pain with the casket. And the worst is the holidays, because dang, they keep replaying the has-beens, the humble, poor beginnings, the evenings and the weekends in the Glen, food stamps, ice cream trucks, holidays, and the eating. So to Cedar Glen South, though sometimes you hurt me, I learned a lot from you. And I promise you, I can never forget you. Next poem I'm going to read is called Chicago. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to Friday night gospel poetry. All right, so let's go to the next one. Again, this one is called Chicago. Let me pull it up. I don't have them memorized yet. It's going to go so much better once I memorize them. Student, technology is essential for my daily tasks and projects. There we go. All right, and as a matter of fact, let's get this together. All right. Trying to get it to pop. It's funny how I don't want to pop up now. There it is. Why are you so angry? Why are you so bloody? Why don't you want healing? Why must you choose violence? Sick of brothers dying. Someone tell Swag I love him. I'm not for the streets. I just want to see him win. And it's okay to walk away and it's okay to do better. That doesn't make you lame. Can a dog forget his name? Yet he can't adopt the change. I keep thinking about Joe though I never knew him. Y'all resemblance is amazing. All these young, beautiful black and brown faces. He had so much future, promise, charm, and talent. And I'm sorry for what happened. I hope you divorce the streets. Swag, I see you in Christ as a youth pastor, so I hope you walk away. Someone tell Dirk and Tay, Jesus is good, Jesus is God, not Allah. And he wants to deliver and save them so he can use them for the youth. Please let the youth still have a future. Please don't dim their lights. Don't let your lyrics kill them. Let's instead choose to give life, and maturing is necessary. Let's normalize congratulating and quit the killing and division, the fussing and the fighting, the stabbing and the shootings. Who will share with me in this burden? Ask the saints to keep on praying. Someone asked me why I wrote Chicago a love letter of how much God loves them. And if the streets let him, he will save them. I'm sick of hearing the violence increase, babies dead in the street, mamas bleeding from the crying while the gangs promote the beef. Families left torn, broken, some stuck in poverty. Who is the way out? It ain't the streets. It ain't the streets. These streets ain't loyal. Nah, these streets ain't loyal, but Jesus is. When will we wake up, my people? Not just the blacks, but Latinos too. All these different sets dying over foolishness. Started in California, now it's all over the globe. And I know Chicago ain't the worst, but it's still got a tight grip on my soul. I know you don't mess with me like that because I'm watching from afar. But I got some rubies, some wisdom for you, worth way more than silver and gold. Shouting Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Chicago, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Yet give Chicago back to Jesus. Pray that demon of death away. Pray one day Chicago wakes up and obeys Acts 2:38. Because every rebel has his day. All right, this next one I'm going to read is called Streets. All right, go to... This is the third poem I'm going to read. After this poem, I'm going to take a break, chop it up with y'all for a minute, and then I'm going to have a conversation. And then after we take a short intermission, after this third poem, I'm going to get back into the last three poems. Okay. Again, it's called Streets. Let me just pull it up, because I don't see it right there. There it is. All right, this is Streets. I got a problem with you. I got some issues with you. Every part of you repulses me. I promise you, I hate you. All you do is kill, take, create false hope and temporary thrill. A 5-year-old got killed at the park yesterday by a stray bullet in a drive-by. And they never caught the killer. They just blamed it on the streets. You've seen a lot of blood, caused a lot of death. All these mamas crying, they too familiar with your name. I see you from a distance. I gotta keep my distance. I gotta watch my back because you like to make statistics. I don't like looking over my shoulder. I refuse to let you make me a gangster. So I'm comfy on the other side and I live for the Redeemer. But I'm coming for your troops, your commanders and lieutenants, soldiers and your colonels. You're brilliant in Chicago. They worship you in Memphis. You're honored in Baton Rouge too. Jamaicans like to terrorize and make a rain with you. Ohio, Haiti, Cuba, and Miami too. Somehow you even made it to London. Guess you're reaching new horizons. I would take you if I could and demand back all the blood because you love to steal souls. You don't really care for them when they're old. You prefer to steal them young, toddlers, children, teens, and young adults, just to name some. You like them to worship, glorify, and lie in wait to make love to you, just for you to betray them and murder them in the act of honoring you. You break up already broken homes. You love to cause grief, strife, hate, rage, and debate, and to take blood in the name of revenge. And you hate breaking street codes. So ain't nobody saying names, ain't nobody pointing fingers, but they all point back to you. I only know one place that's hotter than you. And you got the perfect relationship. It's like a give and take displacement ship. It's like y'all in a marriage because that's where you send most of your victims to. I prophesy and promise you, one day Jesus will put an end to you. He will cut your head off with your own sword and forever do away with you and avenge the blood you shed of the innocent and even torment you for the lies you told to the wicked. Give Jesus back to the youth. I'm so sick of you. These two cousins beefing. They belong to two rival gangs and only live one street apart. But the cuz shot his blood in the bathroom of their high school, and he even did it on Facebook Live. But his cousin gang found him the next morning and put an end to all his bragging. It's like, can't nobody stop the madness. They just keep on blaming you. He was a star basketball player, all A's and quite the charmer. He was on his way to college, had a scholarship and all. But after prom, he wanted to kick it with the homies off the block, some local gang members and drug dealers too. But he was there just for the fun, drinks, and the girls too. He was just about to leave when he was finished chilling with you. He was bragging to them about making it out the hood, how he was leaving for college out of state in 2 days, and some haters introduced themselves and said, too bad you'll never make it and never see that dream. Clock back the trigger, all his future stolen by a boom. He was just about to make it, just about to blow up. Future NBA, just about to blow up. Guess he should have kept his mouth shut. Guess he should have been more careful. Guess he should have never trusted. Never should have let his guard down. I know just who was responsible, but everybody blaming you. She was captured by his charm. He was taken by her beauty. She could sing away your blues. She was full of life and culture. And he couldn't get enough, but she wanted something deeper. She had dreams of being a star. She had dreams of going far. And she told him she was done tricking for him, that she wanted to pursue her education and her dreams. But he told her, girl, I made you. Then he clocked her, abused her, cursed her, and left her body in the dumpster. Everybody know who did it, and everybody know his name. Yet ain't nobody have to say it because everybody blaming you. That was Streets. Now it's a short intermission just for me to kind of kick it with y'all. I rebuke that person using the Lord's name in vain. Hello, what's up, everybody? Come on in. It's giving y'all time to come in. Invite everybody. Take a short little intermission here, and then we'll hop back into the last 3 poems. Come kick it with me. Enjoy the rest of our Friday night. This is what we're going to be doing from now on. Every Friday night, starting at 8:15, I'm going to bring y'all 6 original poems. Again, these are my original poems. They glorify God and talk about my life experience. So y'all can just come chop it up with me. Short little intermission here. Give more people time to come in. Hello. How y'all doing tonight? I hope y'all had a good day. What's up? Invite more people. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to take a 5-minute intermission. Go grab somebody. Tell them we on live. Tell them we having gospel poetry night. Bring them into the live. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Grab some popcorn. Grab a drink. Let's enjoy this night together. 4 minutes on the clock. Y'all got any questions, any comments? Feel free to ask me. Minutes.
Skip navigation. 27:15/1 hour, 10 minutes, and 42 seconds. All eyes on her.
I appreciate y'all, ones that did tune in. And even after the live, make sure you, like I said, share it. Every Friday, 8:15. We up. We in here. Every Friday, 8:15, I'm going to be bringing y'all 6 original poems, and you got to be here. You got to be on live. It's going to be a continual thing. 6 original poems written by yours truly. We're going to rock out to some gospel souls, some gospel poems. We're going to glorify God. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be lit. 2 minutes. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're doing it big Friday nights right here with yours truly. The gospel poetry popping off. Invite the youth, invite your mama, your auntie, everybody. All right. And the mission is over. We hopping into poem number 4. These are the last 3 poems. We're going to jump right into it. This one is called Uncontaminated. Uncontaminated. All right. Let me pull it up first. All right. So now that I see it, here we go. That's the right one. There we go. Wish I could sit here and tell you that because I'm a 32-year-old virgin, I'm uncontaminated, unspotted, and unblemished. But the truth is, I'm contaminated. You said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men to me. So, Lord, uncontaminate me. Deliver me, sanctify me, purify me, quicken me, cleanse me, have your way with me. Deliver me, make me whole for thy name's sake. Lead me in thy path of holiness and in your way for thy name's sake. Healing for the nations for thy name's sake. Break generational curses over me for thy name's sake. Not my will, but thy will be done for thy name's sake. The gates of hell shall not prevail against my destiny in Christ for thy name's sake. I reject ancestral curses and pursue after you in spirit and in truth. Yeshua, purify me, sanctify me, make me whole. Remove this leaven, make me whole. Don't utterly separate me, but oh Lord, remove what has me bound and contaminate me, refurbish me, rebirth me. I'm sick of being contaminated. Don't want to be like the foolish virgin, so set me free mentally, spiritually, emotionally. These thoughts are hell-bound. Heal me, sanctify me, uncontaminate me. Let your blood and Holy Spirit run deep and quicken the ruins of me, uncontaminate me. Can these dry bones live? What's age to thee? Free me, let me live eternally. I'm dirty inside, wash me. There's a beast inside, deliver, purge, heal, rebirthing. Please uncontaminate me. Trying to shake Tony, oh this soul, I got black curl soul. Jesus, use me, uncontaminate me, uncontaminate me, uncontaminate me, sanctify me, uncontaminate me, purge me, uncontaminate me, holy, holy, holy. 4 and 20 elders, uncontaminate me. I'm pursuing holiness, seeking your face, Jesus, uncontaminate me. Heal me, uncontaminate, uncontaminate, uncontaminate me, uncontaminate me. Finally, let me worship in spirit and in truth. Let my life be without spot and blemish, holy, purified, set aside. I'm the bride, a living epistle, live sin-free and uncontaminated. Jesus, uncontaminate me, uncontaminated. All right. This next one is called The Dawn and the Dew. The Dawn and the Dew. unsatisfied and undeniable, unfurbished and irresistible, unqualified and despicable, yet reliable and municipal. No doubt I'm a long way from home, and where the wind don't blow, my soul is weary to belong. I'm a stranger here, a pilgrim here, just passing through to get my bread up here. I can't see a future or even 5 years, not until I leave here and travel back to my tears, where the roses are yellow and the bonnets are blue, where you care for me, not where you care for me not, but I'm forced to still love you. I can't wait to reunite with sweet pain and fond memories, the silence of rejection, the lonely chairs on Christmas mornings, the Texas storms that keep me coming, the lack of fellowship on that fateful day that pains me every time it loops around to replay and reminds me once again I'm alone this Thanksgiving Day. Another memory to haunt me, another loved one to taunt me. I'm still here, left breathing here, season after season here, heartbeat after crash of inflation here. I'm in my element here. Stop, look, admire the roads that travel through the concrete here. The beats me, that beat me, tried to stop me, promised to finish me and then off me. Yet in all this agony, the God of Israel is for me. This sweet melistic, deep in blue, red jade, black and white symphony. I live for him, I live to him, and one thought of him makes all the pain worth every punch, every jab, every stab, every tear, every hurt, cause he conquered so I again would be rebirthed, and with one word he made all things new. All of creation worshipped Yahshua, even the dawn and the dew. His praises are due. His glory will he not give to another. Amongst all of our lovers, he is the way, light, and the truth. Took me from a thought, my soul from his hand. From the dust of the earth, from the sand, became man. He gave me his breath, and I became a living soul to tell of his wonder, admiration, and glory, and honor, obey, and serve him. And one day, sharing his story. Amongst the gods, there is none like him. Take Buddha or Allah, there's Zeus and Athena, nor Confucius or Minerva. No, none compare to the bright morning star. Not even the prince of the underworld compares by far. He's the first, he's the last, the Alpha and Omega. One touch can make you whole again and touch you deep and heal your soul within. If you listen, the wind whispers his name. It's written in the clouds and printed on every face. The melody of the rain sings to his name, and the morning birds gather to sing his praise. Every mountain, hill, ocean, and valley bows to his power, then moves aside at his glory. And whether we choose to or not, we're all a part of his story. The blood in your veins screams his name, from Southside Chicago to Westside Story. That name above all others, where every knee shall bow. That name that breaks chains and demons do growl. This truth in this light is unlike any other. In a world of his own, Jesus Christ held supreme, held king of all kings, full of power, dominion, majesty, and grace. The only wise God, beside him there's none other. Cheers to the King, eh? Cheers to the King, eh? Hell to the King, his kingdom knows no end. I call him Hosanna. So here's to an eternity with you, Savior, protector, and friend, Yahshua. This last one is called Breath. This is the last poem of the night. Again, it's called Breath. I say the best for last. Here we go. It felt like I was surrounded in darkness, encompassed in blackness, submerged in my lonely aftermath of selections, populations, equations for fitting in just left me in this pool, doubting, drowning in rejection. I had questions like, where was I going to fit in? Because as soon as friends came, it was like friends went, and every clique in every circle never was invited. I would show my face often, but never got invited. They never stayed long enough to be considered a friend. It seems they were never truly genuine. Wanted to be, but didn't seem to belong. And I wasn't fitting in with the wrong type of strong. So I hid in the portables, bathroom stalls, and school libraries to hide and escape from the realities of the misfit of me. See, I went to an art school where they thought gay pride was cool, but somehow burning forever just didn't seem cool to me. Neither any temp over 100 degrees. And I couldn't pretend, I couldn't mask it because I was raised up in holiness. So I wasn't foolish enough to believe the lies of Hollywood because I knew better. So lonely became my predominant perfume, and I became the elephant in the room. Moreover, there was so much hurt and confusion due to the rejection over my being chosen that I could no longer look peers in the eye when it was time to engage in conversation. I became the antisocial mutant because they had saw me at my lowest. I mean, eaten by myself in the lunch cafeteria. They had saw me being broken, and no one had the right solution for the equation but God. But I wasn't thinking wholly. I mean, I wasn't thinking clearly, only partially, because I was talented and gifted, but still not blending in with the unholy. Every clique in every circle never was invited. And I would show my face often, but never got invited. I never had the right devices to totally fit in. And I admit it. When offered the chance to become a plastic or a ritzy dixie, I rejected. I did it because I wasn't feeling it. Rejection, the pain of a lone ranger's reflection. There is no life there, just death. Tombstones and engravings written within the pavements. Instead, I opted to indulge in my own inner sin because this lonely kills and this silence smothers, then burst into echoes of rejection. There was no life there, just death. Tombstones and engravements written within the pavements. Wanted to be but didn't seem to belong. Fell in love with dead idols because their presence, though deadly, couldn't reject me. And their music was enticing, and it seemed so inviting, and somehow empowered me falsely. Still, it seemed the only way out of the misery was to dream the dream of becoming the me I was never meant to be. A celebrity, following the past demonic styles of fallen secular artists, and in my own right, a celebrity, or so it would seem, because Satan was only fooling me, and sin was only trying to devour me. Wanted to be, but didn't seem to belong. Idols motivated me, and the stone rolled on. Temptations, insecure, false hope. Still, they indulged with me in the dark like a lady who sung blue. Demons, I am trying to fill me with you, but I am clogging my pores with glue. Elmas, because here my gift won't continue to bloom, my heart won't continue to beat, because every time I listen to you, it's like I'm taking lethal injections, or maybe, just maybe, it's spiritual weapons. Because every time I hear your beats, all I hear is the song say, it's been too long and I'm lost without you, and changes and the devil singing, I ain't mad at you. So through the night, the grief was prolonged and the tune rolled on. Temptations, there is no life here, just death. Tombstones and engravements written within the pavements, breath taken. The terror, the fear, hopeless in the fallen. There is no life there, just death. Tombstones and engravements written within the pavements, breath taken. See, that kind and that craft only leads to hell. And I wasn't ready to tell the story Satan wanted me to tell. And I couldn't, and I would not. So by God's grace, I woke up and stopped grieving them. And when the sun set me free, my heart began again beating for him. Jesus, out of the dust and out of the dark, God snatched me. Out from hell's arms, God lifted me. God lifted me. Though I was undeserving, God's love still pursued me. To tell me, no, show me, better yet, teach me. To be the me he had born me to be, no longer grieving. Now I'm breathing. My lungs were no longer collapsing, subdued under Satan's oppression. Who the sun sets free is truly free indeed. Now I'm living. In your presence is fullness of joy. Have your right hand of pleasures forevermore. I can see past the glamour, the idols, the thug life, or more, no more. This grace that I'm given, new air that I'm breathing, are echoes of Christ's life. I'm truly a witness that God creates blessings, stories and lessons, and revamps the hopeless, the widows and homeless. He sends his breath, and then we become spirits, musicians, and artists. All these are his, and he gave us a purpose to show off his glory. Gave me a story, poets and writers, stories on stories, testimonies, because he is worthy. Yes, he is holy, heart for the broken, death for the lonely, not to the contrite spirit, breath given. There is fullness of joy here, abundance of life here, salvation for sinners. There's joy evermore here. There's grace evermore here. See, I used to adore thug life. Now I honor and adore and rep Christ's life. Breath given. That was breath. That's the end of tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. You can kick it with me. I'm going to stay about 2 minutes before I log out. And remember, we do this every Friday night at 8:15. Every Friday night at 8:15, I'm going to be right here giving y'all 6 original poems. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. I am hot. I done worked up a sweat. But yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. Enjoy. Happy Friday night. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace. We out. See y'all next Friday, 8:15. 6 original poems. Good night.